Hello, hello. So, as you see, I have a different headset today. Stuff happened. Nothing bad. I just lost one of the pads on my other headset, and it's charging. Every single one of my stuff is charging at the moment as well. Yeah, back from a trip. Finally back. I see that's Abe on chat. Hello, Abe. Welcome. And I know someone else is watching. Someone else is in there lurking in the background. My dog was happy to see me. I'm happy to see me. Happy to see you all. Everyone, their mom is streaming today at night. I thought it was Wednesday, and I thought, Abe's not gonna be streaming because, yeah, whatever. But I didn't realize it's Tuesday, so it's not Wednesday. People that left, it was nice seeing you. I'm just gonna go ahead and talk a little bit real quick about the trip. It is a very, very, very simple trip. There's only so what we're gonna be doing is just talking about the trip pretty much for now. Um, weird day, weird day. I was on Galen Lawrence Day as well, talking to some weird dude. Like we've been attacked by the energy dudes lately, which is funny. I do enjoy having a discussion with the energies dude, the Energia dudes. Nah, it's not Energia, but now that I understand a little bit more about the Energia and about the differentiation between the energy person energy distinction, I kind of start understanding why you say that they're using the idea of energy and energy and all of it. It's like there's been a long time when I've been saying and I've been thinking that they've been weaponizing language and they've been using like different ideas from language in order to um, distort what the true meaning of words are. Um, which is what we've seen, and I think that has to do with the remember. Well, I don't think you remember, but it doesn't matter. I've been saying for a while that I've been saying for a while that this idea of having the panacea, having the perfect society, it's not gonna happen, and it's not gonna work. And the reason why it's not gonna work is because at the end of the day, we can't have perfect societies. It just doesn't work that way. Um, so what I've seen people do and what I've seen people do is just manipulate the language of things. And yeah, that's pretty much what I've been seeing. So they use like energy and they're like, oh, well, there's no God and then there's only energy. And in reality, they're taking the idea of like they're taking a term that comes from religion and they're changing the meaning of it so that people get um, so that they confuse the terminology at the end of the day, and you have to be way more careful about what exactly you're talking about at that point, and that's annoying. Um, it's very annoying. At least to me, it's very annoying. Let's let's listen to some chants. Oh my god, that makes sense, in my opinion. Hope it's not that loud. Anyway, the trip was a trip. So I thought we were gonna leave in the morning, like at 5 a.m. So I was still not completely. Um, so when at 3 a.m. they say we have to go, I was kind of weirded out. I didn't know where. We have to go to Las Vegas. I was like, okay, fine. I I left the panel. I had to leave like immediately, so I just left the panel and started mobilizing to leave, getting everything ready. Um, we weren't gonna stay. I knew that much. So, um, I don't know if you know, but there's a whole bunch of issues with Pokemon cards. getting them has become very difficult unless you're getting through a scalper. So Pokemon like the boxes and all that crap are starting to become very very valuable. And fortunately or unfortunately, my brother is an avid um, collectioner. Like he has a collection of Pokemon cards. It's a big collection. He's been doing it since he was like 8, maybe maybe earlier. And he has a bunch of cards, and he tries to find them. And my mom loves him to 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 the end of the world. That's why I call him the king. Um, because he can say whatever and do whatever, and my mom is gonna be fine with it. So we tried to get the cards here in Utah, and they run out in like an hour, and we couldn't get any. My mom decided that we were gonna go all the way to Vegas, so that we could go to a Costco in Vegas and get the boxes. We were trying to hit two different Costco's, but they only had them in one of them. So my trip was literally be in Abe's um, chat during the beginning of the trip, fell asleep. It was kind of uncomfortable to be honest. Um, it was not that bad. I was a little bit uncomfortable, and then we woke up. We went to the Costco. I called them both. One of them had them. I we changed from the Costco we were in to the Costco that had them. Got the boxes, and then one of them had to go to the DMV. They were going to do something in DMV. It was closed, and then we went to eat, and then we went back home. That was the trip. So everybody was like in chat because I was in chat. I was doing plans and it was somewhere else. But I still had some battery, and people were like, "Oh, you're gonna go to the casino and you're gonna make some money. Oh, you're gonna do this, you're gonna do that." It's no, no. I like Pokemon. I'm not gonna lie. It's an amazing game. I probably was me who got my brother into Pokemon at some point. Because I liked one of my favorite games. It's a very old game from Pokemon, and the game is about it's a Pokemon card game. What was the name? Uh, Game Boy Color, I think, and it's Pokemon trading card game. I don't remember if that is the name. It has a different name. GB Game Boy Color, GBA ROM. Oh yeah, just Pokemon trading card game. That's it. And it had only the one, like the beginning. It was one generation. Great game though. It's very similar to Pokemon. You go through different trainers. You start doing like you get the legendary cards. If you have not played it and you have like time and you wanna lose a little bit of time, if you have a little bit of time, I would recommend to play that game. It's not that long. It's a Game Boy Color game, so it's old. But I love it. It was like one of my favorite games, and I think there's a two, but it was only released in Japan. Two. GBC ROM, or was it? The Invasion of Team GR. That was the name of the second one, and yeah, it was only released in Japan. Cool game though. Cool, interesting game. Divorce that cards game. Oh lord. So my trip was literally the nerdiest and weirdest trip I've ever had in my life. Um, and then my battery died like maybe mm, when we were about to leave Vegas. My battery just died, and I had no way to charge it. Then we had a charger, but it was my mom was supposed to be using the charger. So I had my iPad, but it didn't have any internet, and I was just reading, and I fell asleep. And I like my trip was I was in panels and chat, like just lurking, and then the moment my phone died, I just fell asleep, and I just sleep for like 6 7 hours. I'm doing my part. It was fun. It was a fun little thing. Yeah. So that was the trip. It's a very boring trip. Like if when Anson realizes what my trip was, well, he's gonna be like, "Oh my god." But to be honest, there's no way I could afford a trip like Anson would like. Um, well, that's not the only problem, right? The other problem is I don't want to do that. If I want to do that, well, yeah, if it's okay. My neck hurts. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say about my sleep. It was not great. Um, I was gonna do another boring stream, just another boring stream of art. I have a lot of art to do, and I haven't done it. Instead, I went to Vegas to get some fucking cards. Right, but that's fine because I was gonna do it anyway. I need to have like a date, so I need to. So the date is like my point of reference. I'm gonna put this to this Friday. I need to be done by Friday. Yeah, yeah. It's a. I have a neck pillow. I just didn't. I'm just dumb. Okay, whatever. Uh, Pixel art is boomer vibe. I am a boomer. Do you wanna come up, vibe? I'll talk to you. Oof, I wanna talk to you. I don't know why. I feel like I wanna talk to you. I feel like I wanna talk to you. Pixel art is very boomer. But you know what, vibe? It's my art. I make it move. You see that? I make it move. You see the pills going up and down? Okay? You see the hair? See all of it? I did it. I didn't make it. I didn't ask AI to do it for me. I'll post the link if you want to come up. That will be fun. If you want to come up, babe, that will be fun too. I don't have a problem with that. I'm not gonna. Yeah. Yeah, Wyan, come on up if you want to talk to me. um, I am going to do. I'm gonna add a different thing to my possibilities of things I can grift on. I know there is a way to get like a character in OBS set up so that when you talk, it appears that the character is talking. I'm gonna do that with portraits. I have a portrait that I can probably share. Let me go ahead and do that. And what I'll do is I'll create the portrait and I'll create like the expressions, and then I'll find a way to set it up, and I'll send you like the files so that you can just put it up and it moves. I'll probably make one tomorrow for me just to be so people can see how it works. Um, what is this? Oh, this is not it. I'll see it in a moment. Yo, Abe, how's it going?
What's up, man? What's up?
Nothing, just coming back to life.
Reality?
Yeah.
Back to reality for the moment.
Welcome, Wyan, by the way. If you want to come up, Wyan, you can come up too. I don't have a problem.
He doesn't have a problem, he says.
No.
No problems.
No problema.
No problemo.
How's your hat doing? Um,
Heavy.
why is it like? Is it part of your school? Like the hat just appears from the school
Yes.
somehow?
Yes. It's funny because Grumple was trying to figure out how I'm wearing a headset with my hat on. He's like, how does that doesn't even make sense. How does that work? He's like, are they disconnected? Are they like just connected to the hat? And I was like, no. He's like, yeah, right. And I was like, look, it's on one side. It's not on both sides. It's a headset. He's like,
Interesting.
I'm like, it's magic. The hat is magic.
Yeah, that seems like magic. I have no idea how you're doing it. Oh,
Hmm?
that sounds like magic. I have no idea how you're doing it. Illustration.
It takes magic. That's all it takes. Just a little bit of magic. Just saying. You like that? You like that, Emmett?
I do.
Look in my eyes, Emmett.
I like that. My God, what happened to your eyes? I was so good in you. Yeah.
Cold, dead eyes, I tell you.
Generations are interesting because they are more social and media based than actual set timelines. I don't know.
Dude, that reminds me. I have a video to play on my stream about that.
Vibe. We hate each other more, okay? We don't want to talk to each other. We prefer to talk to screens and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. I prefer to talk to walls, actually.
Sometimes I talk to myself and I pretend that I don't listen to myself at the same time.
It's a fair estimation. It's much safer to just talk to yourself.
Yeah.
Far less idiocy.
I can't find it. I don't know where to put it. Whatever. I'll find
What?
it someday.
What can't you find?
I want
Anything good?
share. I'll show you in a second.
A second or a minute?
In a minute. A minute second.
A minute second?
Yeah, a minute second.
Okay. Well, good. I'm glad you reclassified it as a minute second.
A minute second.
I'm glad you
A second.
clarified. Yes. Yes. Were you watching Rob review Jake Rattlesnake's debate with that
Yeah, a little bit.
Malish chick?
Mhm.
That was an infuriating debate.
You think it was infuriating?
I do.
Why?
Because I felt like her reasoning is completely circular. Like, everything is men's fault, even if it's women's fault, it's men's fault because men have the power. And then it's like, but do men have the power? And if men have the power, then you're saying feminism is worthless or no good. And she's like, no, because it helps lift up women, but it's men's fault. And it's like, what are you talking about? It can't be both men's fault that feminism is good and men's fault that women are oppressed to the point where feminism is a must. Like, which one is it? Is it men make it so that feminism can exist and all the women's rights exist? Or is it men that are suppressing the women's rights? Which one? Because it can't be both at the same time. And then also her arguments about like Middle East families moving into places like Canada are degrading their systems because they're slowly eroding the culture. And she's like, they're not doing that here. They can't do that here because we fight against it. And then he's like, yeah, but you have imported tons of it and your laws and culture are in fact changing. We know that the last prime minister allowed that to happen. And she's like, well, we didn't even support that prime minister, and it's all the men voting for that. It's not the women. And he's like, no, that's usually women voting for that. And she's like, but it's the man at the top who's making those choices. And he's like, but it's infuriating.
I was in Rob's and I said, because Rob said exactly the same argument, and I said, well, the problem is the framework at this point. because the framework we're using is liberalism, which enfranchises women. So if we're using that framework and it's been enfranchised, then the problem is the framework, and what you're, and the solution to that is pretty much violence by men, so that we can change the problem. We can change the framework.
Well, that or I mean, yeah, the threat of violence, right?
No, it would be violence. This is yeah. What do you think happens when you have a you have two ways of doing it. One
What
is
do I think happens?
okay. You have two ways of doing it. One is violence, and the other one is generational. Like you go into generations, and the next generation changes
That's
the way
that's why I said the
things work.
threat of violence, because the threat of violence is generally the first step before the violence. If the threat of violence works, you don't have to actually take the action of the violence.
I just
The next step after the threat of violence is the violence.
well, I mean, yesterday we were pretty much debating on whether or not we should burn the flag, right? At this point,
Yeah.
it's at this point, there's gonna be a ton of people saying, "Ma, but moliboti."
Yeah, well, look, it's such a hard one for me because yes, I value the United States. I value that flag. I value what it stands for. At the same time, I don't value that flag as much as I value like my submission to Jesus Christ, right?
Well, yeah,
So like if I have to choose one or the other, I'm choosing Jesus. I'm choosing
but I mean that's why it's Christian nationalism. Like Christian takes the idea of the values and the morals and everything is spiritual and what's most important, and then the temporal and the material, it's like put up by the way the hierarchy works in the nation state. That's the whole, you know,
Yeah, I get it.
Christianity first, and then we have the nationalist idea of how we're gonna rule according to Christianity. But I really want to talk to you about generations. Come on up, come on.
Get up here. Get up here. You can do it.
It sounds like a cool topic, by the way. Maybe you're busy. If you're busy, just tell me you're busy, so I stop. Just stop saying coming up.
I have such a good video for that. My wife was watching it yesterday, and I was listening, and I'm like, I've said this on my show that like they change the generations. Sorry. So they changed the generations. It used to be 20-year gaps, and then for some reason, at some point, it just randomly changed, and they Gen X and made it millennial, which is really weird. And I found some other people that were looking into it and the actual dates and when those things changed and why. And it's funny because it kind of vindicated the things that I was saying. It makes more sense to me now, and it's kind of funny, actually.
I'm gonna grift for 1 second. We'll continue working on this. So I'm just gonna let people know what I mean. This is a portrait, and what I'm gonna do is it will move its mouth with different things, and when you talk, it will like move its mouth like it's talking. Remember Ranka or
What? I want one of those.
Run Can't Crab has something like this. So I'm gonna do that with pixel art, and that's what I was like. That's gonna be like the thing I will shield. I was trying. I think I'll just charge 15, but I'll send you the whole thing about how to set it up in OBS, so you can just put it in OBS and you'll have it.
Okay, I'm gonna purchase one of those for me and one for Law
Okay.
because it would be freaking worth it.
I'm give me. I'm not proud. I'm just doing this as an option. I need to finish some work for Friday, so I'll finish the work
You're
for
fine.
Friday, and then Saturday I'll make mine on stream, I think, and then I'll work on others if I have time. But that is gonna be my next product that I have an idea. It's gonna be 15. You're gonna get the files and you can just use it. Let's see. Gen X was a latchkey kids, but it never stuck. Gen Y are the millennials, and that is sticking. Gen Z has some labels, but nothing has stuck yet. I don't understand the labels.
Do you want me to share something? Well, I want to play it on mine, but we could play it here if you'd prefer.
Give me a second. People are complaining about my volume again.
Is it too loud or too quiet?
It's too quiet.
What? You sound loud to me in StreamYard. That's weird.
Yeah. It's better. vibe, let me know before we move forward. So yeah, that's like my next small grave. That's gonna be the portraits, which I think is cool.
That's like the whole VTube thing, right? Like
Well,
people with a virtual character who talks, but it's their mouth moving.
yeah, but it's gonna be very simple. Instead of having like the full B2 that you can move and it moves with you, it's just gonna like pretend to move.
I like that better. I like it not moving with you. I think it makes it kind of cool because then, like for you and me, right, we can make ourselves small in the corner, but be that talking
Hmm.
on a day when you're like, I don't want to come up, but this can represent me, and it still is interactive.
Yeah. I'm not entirely sure what you mean with the Gen X latchkey and the Gen Y, the millennials, and the Gen Z. Like, Gen Z is the based generation, I guess, but I'm not entirely sure. Burn American flag, okay. With burn rubber on pride, cross walk equals bad. Yeah, well, we've been talking about, and I think Andrew said it himself, but I've been saying it for a long time as well. Blasphemy is always a thing. It will always be a thing. It just depends on who is in power and what they don't like you to say. So when I learned that, because I went through a phase of pure libertarianism. When I realized that, I was like, well, screw libertarianism. It doesn't work. You need to have a way to enforce things, and without enforcement and moral, without having an actual moral foundation, you cannot do anything. One of the best ways to attack liberalism and libertarianism both is they say that there's a saying in which the saying is goes kind of like this. Liberalism is the idea that you have your life project and nobody should infringe on your life project. So if my life project is to go against you and get all the power I want, why am I wrong? And I don't know. I've never
It's
heard
just,
a good reply on that.
well, it falls to the base of my preferences versus your preferences.
Well, we use the rock to enforce it, Mr. Beale. That's the whole point of the rock. How does your hot dog and rock cult enforce its rules? The hot dog gives you the power to use the rock to enforce the rules. Oh, Abe dropped for a moment.
We
He
did.
might be having some difficulty with the internet.
Yep. It's my forte.
Yeah. Man. So, what time is your live? So that I know and I can rate you.
10:30, like in 7 minutes technically, but I could still push it back if you need time.
The carrot is that you are in the cult, you know? At that point, you have a sense of community and a purpose, and then the stick is the rock. If you fuck up, you get the rock.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's no carrot and stick. It's just rock and hot
Just a
dog.
rock and hot dog.
That's right.
Oh man. Yeah, I'll probably just rate you. You should probably go get ready for your stream, get it on, and I'll rate you in a moment. I'm just gonna just talk real
Okay,
quick
bud.
about my plans for tomorrow. Since you're gonna be playing D&D, I'm gonna be opening a panel and probably go long tomorrow.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Good.
that's the plan. That's the idea.
Okay. Sounds good. I will pop out of here and I will go get it up and going. I'll send you a link in the back in Discord.
Yeah, I'll show
Okay.
up when I'm done, and I'll just send everybody to there.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah, we're not that
Good. I'll
many
see you in a
people.
few.
See you soon. Bye
Bye.
bye. AIs are no AIs. Yeah, the only moment that you have an AI is you have a question that you don't know anything about and you want a quick answer that you can be called BS on, and that is the only way to use AI. um, but in real, like I don't know, uh, I am a little bit concerned. I'm very concerned with AI, but it's mostly because of the future. I think we are really destroying the the future with AI. We're destroying the creation of people that are competent, and I don't think AI can even be competent. So there's a big issue with it. Yo, Scott, I'm about to go because Abe is about to start. I just, I was just giving about my, giving a little bit, uh, giving a little bit of an update on the trip that I took and how it went. Yeah. Oh yeah, well, I am the leader. How the fuck AI knows? We're gonna go ahead and rate it. It's not the AI. I think you haven't seen it. You can burn anything that can cause harm to other people, but I said this the other day. I almost never burn the American flag unless they made it illegal, then I will burn the flag. That sounds like a dumb thing to do, because the whole point of the flag is a representation of the place you live in. And what they've done is they have used the burning of the flag as a way to demoralize the people in the United States. And then the other thing they've done is that they make it illegal. Okay, how many times have you burned the pride flag? Vibe? It's illegal, especially in California. Have you gone out and start burning them? And I'm not. You haven't. Okay, I know you have not done it. So I'm gonna go ahead and call you on this. I think it's a dumb thing to say, and I think that you should have a sense of community and pride in the. It's not even pride in a bad sense. Like you should have a sense of community and pride on what was built on your lineage. In this case, the United States. Okay, I don't have that in the same way because I am kind of foreign, and I feel a sense of actual, um, like I, I give respect to this country as it should. So, uh, yeah, it is kind of a bad statement there, buddy. I just don't think you understand the problem with the statement as it is. I'm gonna say one more time. Tomorrow I'm gonna make a stream. We're gonna go late. This is gonna be an open panel. I'm probably start with just me doing art stuff. I'm probably gonna start early, and we're gonna go as late as I can, probably at 5 a.m. Abe is gonna be busy because it's D&D day, so I will probably do that. And then Saturdays are going to become next week the day that I'll go late because we're gonna be changing schedules. Then on I'll be streaming probably Friday and Thursday as well. I'm gonna be adding a new way of my grift. The grift is very simple. What I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be doing these kind of characters, and they will be. I will be sharing the files so that you can make them open and close their mouth in OBS. So when you talk, they will be like talking, and I will be changing from Streamlabs to OBS to do that. So that I will probably be doing that on Saturday. Um, Thank you all very much for being here. I see 10 people, so before I leave, I will give you what you really came here for. Because I know it's not to hear me, because you all hate me, okay? In reality, it's not for that. The reason why you're gonna do it is because you love this song, okay? I know it, you know it, the world knows it. So here you go. Um, so a couple more things before I leave. I'm gonna be doing a stream with Kat more than likely later in the week or next week. This is gonna be I'm gonna be building a handmade PC for her. Um, I'm gonna go through whatever she wants, and then I'll probably be painting the PC so that it all is pink because she want a pink PC because obviously. But that's like one of my dreams. I want to do a PC of my dreams with liquid cooling and everything. So I'm gonna be doing that. Uh, either this week we're picking the parts, and then next week I'll be receiving the parts and I'll be doing the all of that's needed to get the PC going. Um, that's gonna be cool. So be there at some point. Then so that's for next week. I'm gonna probably be doing the second episode of State of Gaming. This is gonna be about me talking about the industry. It's probably gonna be next Monday, and I'm not entirely sure what the topic is, but I know there's a couple of topics that are very important to talk about. I'm gonna be researching. I'm probably gonna be talking about the whole. So I'm not entirely sure. I'm gonna check, but I need to be doing this more often because this is the reason why I built the channel, the State of Gaming. I have a demo of a game, and I'm gonna be asking if I can stream it. This is I can't share it. Nobody knows it, but I will be sharing with you the game, and if you wanna wish list it, you can do it. This is a very cool thing, so I might be just doing that instead of playing a different game. This is an indie game. It's done by people I know, and they're pretty awesome. So those are the things that I have. When it comes to the other things, finally you have September 4th. This is karaoke night with Grumpelstiltskin. Be there, don't miss it. I'll be there. I'll be singing, I guess. Tomorrow it's EOD's stream with the whole D&D campaign. So that's also pretty awesome, and you should not miss it. And finally, the people that we usually hang out with, lower class Rob Noor. So go ahead, give him a like, give him everything. Contacts. Smoking Space, man, you will need contacts. When I have more information about that game, I'll be probably playing it on stream. It's better if I play it on stream because I also have the footage if there's any problems with it, and I can just tell them about the bug. So, yes, be there. This is Grumpelstiltskin. Once again, I will share Abe's link so that you can go ahead and be there with Abe. I'm not so sure what he's gonna be, but he just got monetized, so go there, be there. I am very grateful to all of you that were here. I didn't expect anybody to be here, so thank you very much. Thank you very much, Vibe, for being in chat, and Never Lucky, Smoking Spaceman, Scott, Mr. Bill, why all of you are legends. So, obviously, Abe, go ahead, be there, don't miss it. Have an excellent rest of your day. Um, I usually ended up with the Emmet song, but we already had the Emmet song, so I'm gonna end it. I'm gonna end it with just this song, which is the actual better song for me in AI. Okay, this is the best one.
Lights are flashing, hearts collide. Every corner, nowhere to hide. The crowd's alive, a roaring sea. They chant his name. It's destiny. Newsflash, and it wins. The story's out. Let the show begin. Did you expect anything less when he's the king of the endless press? He steps on stage.